Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 4 of my Create Craft mod explanations. This is I think I already said, yeah, this is episode 4. We're going to be going over some pretty neat mods today, and our first mod is the Advanced Mining Dimension mod, which as you can see, that's this new block that when you right click it, or the place button, for those of you who don't know keyboard and mouse yet, you go to a mining dimension, which is just pure caves. Currently I'm at a Y coordinate of 23. That's in the second sort of paragraph, I guess. You can see that. Anyways, if I go down, you know, there's still bedrock at 0, so it's sort of like the normal world height and all that. And as far as I know, everything spawns the same Y level, so you still need to be below 16 to find diamonds and stuff like that. I right click it again, you'll go to the overworld. I don't know why it's there and not over there. Probably it's just a glitch because it has snow on top of it and all over it. That's all I want to do. Yeah, it was because it has snow. Okay. But the mining dimension teleporter is a pretty simple recipe. Pickaxe, wood, logs. That's it. Very cheap. That's because it doesn't give you any advantage over the overworld, because it keeps your Y level or I think it kept it the same. No, I'm at yeah, it takes you down a little bit, but you still have to dig down, you still have to mine. It doesn't really give you any insane advantage over the overworld, besides the fact that you're not in the overworld. Alright, our next mod is the Artifacts mod, which adds all these different new items, which I'll take a couple of them here. They all have unique abilities that they add, and you'll find these in dungeons. Some of them might have recipes. None of them do. Okay, yeah. So you can only find them in dungeons. So it's kind of hard to get them, and you never really know what you're going to get. But like night vision goggles, I mean, I think you can imagine what they do. They all have pretty cool 3D models as well. Put a piston on my hand. Running shoes, scarf of invisibility, and now I'm also invisible. As you can see, they've all got their own cool models. So my shoes make me faster. If I were to go to that mining dimension again, see that everything's light because of my night vision goggles. And if I go back to the overworld, I'm sorry about the portal sound effect, I know that's annoying. If I punch something, I punch it a little bit further because I have the knockback. So these are pretty great trinkets. They're quite powerful, some of them, but not so overpowered that it's game breaking, and they are a little difficult to find. So yeah, that's the Artifacts mod. That's the Artifacts mod. Our next mod is the Nether ores mod, which adds new Nether ores. This isn't new, obviously, but it just fits in, which can be found naturally in the Nether, except for certain ores like this you might see inside of JEI. But if you hover over it, you can see it's disabled. This will not generate naturally, because there's no overworld equivalent, and there's no mods that actually depend on the item. So it doesn't actually need to be in the game, there's just no use for it. So if I fly around, there you go. And Nether Diamond ore is definitely probably one of the highlights of this mod, because of these nether ceilings, it's pretty easy to find diamonds. I think I got really lucky with that, but yeah, you can see it. It's peppered around. Because it's such a big open space, whenever you're near one of the ceilings, it's pretty easy to find it. But if you're, you know, let's say I spawned all the way down here. You know, I spawned all the way down here. If I just look around, there's no diamond ore in sight, and it barely ever spawns on the walls. So we're pretty lucky that we spawned right next to the ceiling, where it's obviously going to be much easier to find because it's just a big open flat surface. So yeah, where's my portal? All right, I found my way back. The next mod is a very modded looking mod. It doesn't look very vanilla is what I mean. If you look at this, it's got, you know, sort of floating crystal, whatever. This is just a chunk loader. So if I pick it up here, the recipe is a little expensive, you know, enchantment table, ender pearl gold. It's not an easy thing to make. The spot loader is surprisingly more expensive, but it gives you more of them. Anyways, the chunk loader loads chunks in its radius. So if I turn on these lasers, this is the area that's going to permanently load, even if I'm super far away. And you know, you see how it's sort of... You're right, I think I gotta turn my chunks way up before you'd see it. If you can see how the squares sort of form in front of me, that's the chunks loading. And once I get a certain distance from there, those chunks aren't loaded anymore. What the chunk loader does is it keeps those chunks loaded on the server, even when I'm not nearby. So if I show the lasers again, you can see this can go for a really large distance. The max is 9. If we just look at this for even a second, you'd realize that, like, that is a large distance. I don't know why you'd need to do that. I also don't think whoever is running your server would be very happy about you doing that. But I mean, it's not going to kill your server to have these. This is just so that, you know, when you're not on the server, if you want to, you know, go AFK, that anything that was near you will stay loaded. So maybe if you have machinery there or a farm and you want it to grow or whatever while you're offline, but you don't want to leave your computer on with your account on the server, that's what you would use it for. Or maybe you just want to keep something loaded even when no one's nearby. The spot loader it literally loads this one block all the way to the sky and all the way to the bottom. This one also is all the way to 256 and all the way to the bottom. That's just the easiest way for me to explain the spot loader, though. Alright, our next mod is the Builder's Wand mod, which has 3 survival mode variants, and then 1 creative mode, one that's just infinite. And they do what they say. They're builder's wands. So the stone wand here, it will just build onto any side of a block. If you hold shift and you circle through, it can limit like the different ways it can place things. I'm just gonna have it on none. And it'll have these black outlines, and it'll place on top of the block that you're looking at. And so the stone one has a 9 limit, so it's a 3x3 like this. But the iron wand, if I were to do this, this one has a limit of 27 blocks, which is a little bit bigger than this. That would be a 9x9. I don't think I'm going to get to that though, but you can see already. There, no, it wouldn't be a 9x9. That would be way larger than... Yeah, no, that... Ignore my stupidity. But that's how much a iron wand can do. And now, I get the diamond wand here. This one has a limit of 128 blocks, which is just massive. I don't think you're ever going to really have issues with this. It does take durability to use the wand. I think the more blocks you're placing, the more durability it takes. And obviously each version of this is going to have more or less durability. And that's the Builders One mod. This is really useful for building. I mean, well, what can I say? Alright, our next mod is the Dungeon Plus mod. And we can see this is all of the structures that it adds. I'm going to quickly go to all of them and show them off. First one is the bigger dungeon, which you can see here. It's a bigger dungeon. It's just based off of the original style of dungeon. I don't think it adds any new insane loot. It just has multiple mob spawners next to each other instead of the normal one, and it's slightly larger. This is... That's a completely different mod. I don't know what mod adds that. I think this is probably a boss room, because it looks like it had... oh yeah, it gave one of the new music discs. Yeah, this room seems like it gave better loot than a normal dungeon would have. And here it is. The Leviathan structure has gold blocks inside of its mouth. Husk mob spawner. Might have variation, but this is just one of those bone structures, but it's a massive one. Just an absolutely massive one. I don't know if it always spawns on land. But yeah, I'm not going to spoil every single structure in this. You could definitely see the names of them when I showed them off, but I don't want to spoil what all of them look like, because a lot of the fun of Minecraft is when you find these structures and you get to find out what's in them and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll move on to the next mod. Alright, our next mod is Morpheus, and I don't have anyone else online to show this, but I still want to record. But this is a sleep vote mod, which means if there's 4 people on the server, that's why there's 4 beds, and 2 of them are sleeping, it'll skip today without the other 2 having to sleep. It's like a percentage. If there's 2 people on the server and one of them slept, it would skip today. Although for some reason I think only one person has to sleep on a 3-player server to skip today, which would imply that it's 30%, but I don't know. Alright, the next mod is the Paintings Plus Plus mod. I've placed a couple of the ones that they add down, but to show off the UI that this adds, I gotta get rid of them. When you place a painting down, now you have the choice of picking the painting that your painting will, or that will be placed when you are placing it. So I can pick something like, the massive skull one, or I can go over here and I can pick this creeper one, or I can pick a modded one like this exit sign. And there's all sorts of these ones. It will limit it if there's not enough space. That's the Paintings Plus Plus mod. Our last mod is the FTB Backups mod. I don't know what this does in single player, but on a server, it's probably the best mod of all time. I mean, there's been tons of mods like this, but if I type FTB Backups and I type start, you'll see in the top it'll pop up that pink text, and that's the percentage it is of saving the entire world, including all the players' inventories and stuff. I just saved my entire server in 9 seconds. So if for some reason maybe the power went out or something like that, the world may get corrupted or something like weird, and I'm not able to fix it with crash utilities or other mods I've installed, I could just go to a previous version, maybe it's 10 minutes old or something, and boom, it's safe, it's back. Really, it's a lifesaver mod. But yeah. That's all the mods we have for today, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye!